Hi, I'm Bill Winter. I've been working with Christopher Smith several years with the Fox Theater, and for today what I'm going to do is with the GoPro. I'm going to take you up into areas that most people don't go up. We're going to be going up through the area behind me that has the old electrical panel. We're going to go up to the first level where the stagehands used to control all the backdrops. We're going to get pictures of some of the signatures up there. We're then going to go across, look at some of the old backdrops that are still stored up above, and then we're going to be going up above to show where all the ropes and equipment are, and if possible, we're going to be actually going up onto the top roof of the Fox Theater this morning. Now that I've explained everything, let's get started. What we're looking at here is the back side of the old electrical panel, and if you could imagine 2 or 3 people standing back here operating this. And we step out onto the deck here, and we will get you a front shot of this. You can imagine all the switches here. Now we're going to continue up to the first platform where the stagehands control the backdrops. And what's unique about where these stagehands worked, there's some right there. These are the first of the signatures. And what the majority of these stagehands did was they wrote the day, month, and year that they were up here working. Here you have all the ropes that went all the way up. We'll be up there in a couple of minutes. But there's hundreds of feet of sisal rope, and I would garner to say these ropes were the original ropes when these backdrops were put in. As you can see on the floor, piles upon piles, because they needed rope to raise and lower the backdrops down to the stage for either disconnecting or connecting and pulling them back up. Here you have JR, that was 10/3 of 14, and that's 1914. Right below you have Gus Seppi from April 29th of 1929, 6/1/24. That was a real recent one, January of 92. You got to update sometime. But again, it's really neat here. There's a 1929, a 1923. You got to remember, this was built 1905, 1906, and they didn't actually start having plays here until a little later on in the life of the theater. There's a 1927. 1923. And in various other places throughout the theater, they signed their name here. Spike Hennessy, this is the earliest one that I've found so far. This is February 25th of 1911. Wow, that's 109 years ago. There's some history there. You got Eddie Paloma at 1920. Brighton 1915, 1935, 1920, 1924. So just a tremendous amount of history here. Here you have a rope gaff for being able to reach out and grab the rope. Barty Furman, 1917, and what I'll also do right now, just to show you the elevation we're at, we're going to look down right here, and we're about, probably about 35 feet above the stage floor right now. What I'm also going to do here is that here are some of the other backdrops that are still in elevation. And we're actually going to pass a few that are rolled up and are in storage right over here across the back rail on the way over to the other side of the stage. Well, it looks like Spike Hennessy was here again in 1915. He must have really liked the theater just like we do. Again, these backdrops are probably, some of these look like they're about 50 feet long. Like I said, they will be lowered down here in the not too distant future. Here we're on the other side of the stage. We've got a couple lights left out that are still turned off here. Again, we're going to take a quick peek down over for the effects. We're looking down into the front rows of the theater seating here. Just the setup here is absolutely phenomenal with even with the thoughts of the building process when this was built. And my understanding is that this huge theater was built in just a little over a year's time. Now we're going to go on up probably about 30-40 stairs to the upper area. Now we'll take another quick look down. Don't know where everybody went, but I'm still here with you. We are now at the upper area where the ropes and pulleys for the ropes are for raising and lowering the backdrops. I'm going to take a walk over here. Bear with me as I go across here and catch my breath. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come out here and taking a walk across. These are where all the ropes go down, and here they are on the pulleys as they go across to the ends of the backdrops. And there are probably 25 or 30 of these at various areas for the different performances that were going on. We'll walk out here just a little bit farther, and we'll show you that at one time, if we can get a good look here. Here we go. There is a huge cupola that is on the roof. It's been boarded over, but what it did was it allowed for the tremendous amount of heat created by the lights and the audience for the heat to escape through the roof. Trying to get you an advantageous view of everything that's up here. Now we're walking over to the west side of the theater. This is the west wall on the Safeway side. And again, you can see where all the ropes drop down to that second level. The large pulley you see in the distance there it's an asbestos curtain that they could drop as there was a fire to separate the audience from the stage. And you have some huge supporting timbers up here. Now we're going to head back, and if everything is cooperative, what we're going to do is we're going to take you up on the roof, the very highest roof of the Fox Theater here. And the usual saying is, and it goes here too, children, don't try this at home. Here is the very highest fire escape door. Here we have the hatch for the roof, and we're going to head on up and take a peek. Get the hatch to cooperate here. It'll be a little cloudy, but nonetheless, here we are. Oh. Wow, what a wonderful sight up here. Just have to take it nice and easy. My first time up ever, I came up this fire escape. We'll take a peek down over the edge. It's just a couple feet to the bottom, but it's still doable. We're looking out over the Atrium Street parking, and got the Catholic Church. The old Schneider Brewery. We've got I-25 and Simpson's Rest. The large cupola that was used for venting back in the day. We'll take a look out over the second roof here. We'll be going the 3 vents that you see right there. We're going to be going up into that ceiling here in just a little bit. Looking over at Trinidad State Junior College and the high school. Evidently the Safeway parking lot. We're looking at the parade of flags, the state flags that were put up here several years ago by the city of Trinidad. Right over here, we're gonna take a peek over the edge, looking down into the city parking lot. Sebastiani Gym, Chimino Park. You're looking straight up Arizona Avenue right here. Take a peek down these fire escapes on the west side of the building here. The fire escapes that you see right here were for the upper levels. If there was anything ever happened, people had a way out. Directly in front of me, the highest building there is First National Bank building and the courthouse. Nice blue windows. Building with all the dormers there was the old sanatorium. That was here in Trinidad. Looking south, you can just get a vague glimpse of Fisher's Peak. City Hall from the side, Carnegie Library. It's so nice up here, really don't want to come down. The breast of the dam of Trinidad Lake in the distance. All right, let's take her down. Okay. Good enough. Anybody comes in from up there, they really meant to get in. Okay. Find my way back here. This is truly a majestical building, built 117 years ago, with a lot of thought put in. It had a lot more features than your other theaters that were built at the time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come down these steps, okay? But I'm going to do it just like a 2-year-old kid. I'm going to go down backwards. One step at a time, unless I miss, which I'm not going to do. First landing, next set of stairs, come down to the first landing. There we go. Alrighty, down to the first level again. Take a look down at the stage lights that Zach and Elizabeth set up. A couple of pianos that you tough to see here. Now we're time to come down the opposite side here. Just a couple of rails here. It's going to be careful on the way down. just a little bit more, we're going to go up into the highest area that's actually over the main theater above both the balconies, so you can have a look and see what is up there. Pretty amazing up there too. We'll see you in a minute. We're in the doorway of the second balcony. We're as high as you could possibly walk without going higher. The ladder behind me actually takes you into the theater. Up above where you see the huge atrium light that's in the middle of the ceiling. And what we're going to do is we've got lights set up there. We're going to be taking a walk out onto that lights. There is platforms out there. Just have to be careful. It's dangerous up there. You got to keep safety in mind. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk over to the edge, and you can see where it slopes and goes into no man's land up there. So without further ado, here we go. Turn on the flashlight even though I shouldn't need it. Here we go to the original walkout here. When I was up on the big roof to begin with, you saw 3 vents on the second roof. And these are those 3 vents right here. And then what you see here with the plastic over them is these are grates that are on the balcony below us to allow the heat when the theater was full for the heat to escape. Here now we're walking out from the platform here out to where the atrium light is in the center of the theater. There is a platform to walk all the way around, and here very unique in and of itself is the vent for the heat from the lights and from the audience. But what is really unique is, depending on how much heat they wanted to let out, you can actually see the cables here for raising and lowering this vent for the amount of heat they wanted to allow in and out of this big space up here. So now I'm going to kneel down, and I'm going to come across here. Now I am on the platform for the large atrium light. I'm going to pull back some of this plastic here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a peek down through. There you have the stage, and we have Elizabeth right down here shining up at me. It's a beautiful sight from up here. Again, the stage, light, like I said, just an incredible build on this theater. Counterweights for raising and lowering this huge vent, probably 6 to 7 feet in diameter. You can still see some of the old electric that was coming up here for these lights. With it being open, this allowed a stagehand or somebody to come up here and physically reach out and underneath to change these lights. Again, we're at the west wall, which is on the Safeway side. Just a tremendous amount of engineering. And here we're going to look out over the crevasse. This is where this starts sloping down. This large arch wall right here is what is over the main stage where the curtains raise and lower, and the backdrops are on the other side of this brick wall. This brick wall continues all the way up to the top roof where it forms a parapet. And here, as we look down, is the slope of the arch. I am going to walk over to the side here where it truly drops off. Now we're looking down into where I would not want to be at all. Like I said, it looks a lot prettier from the bottom side where they did the nice painting, but you got to give credit to the guys that built this and the intestinal fortitude that they had with the working conditions back then. But it's still, again, it's pretty amazing up top here too. And again, from where I'm at, that's probably a 20 to 25 foot drop. This is a slope, the nice dome that is in the main part of the theater here. Here again, you see some of the electrical lines that are coming up that fed up here. Also, one other feature, if I can see it up here, I'm going to spot it and point it out. But some of these areas right here are for support, and they also had, when they were repairing this in the mid-50s, they actually created holes in the ceiling to drop down support ropes for their scaffolding. Here we're looking at the east wall. Amazingly, as you look at this, from over 100 years ago, there is structurally, it appears, in my opinion, to be in fantastic shape. There's very little cracks in the mortar of the brick throughout the building. The glass that you see here are actually some of the old globes that fit on the lights that are underneath the plastic here. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and remove the plastic here so it shows the entirety here. This is probably 8 feet across. Again, you can see some of the bulbs that are still in the lights, and then you have also perimeter lights that go out just a little bit farther. here and drop the camera down in on this side. Get some light over here. Again, you can see that no man's land down here. Here's where the slope starts to come up. That gracious slope on the bottom side. And here again, if you see, there's no insulation. The plastic you see was put up here is because there were roof leaks, and it was an attempt at economics for repairing the roof years ago. One last peek down into the theater. Slip past this ballot here. Again, make sure we stay on the walk plank here. Here we go. The far vent over there, we will see that where we go here in a few minutes. We're going to take a walk in between the first and second balcony. There's actually another space here. Nooks and crannies just are absolutely phenomenal in this building. And here we are, getting ready to enter the last bastion of the Fox West Theater in Trinidad, Colorado. Follow me. This area here is in between the first and second floor. Big I-beam here, I'm sorry, first and second balconies here. I'll give you as much walk space down here. However, What we're looking at here is a vent grate that goes down. We're going to take a peek here. And ascertain, but yeah, right here we're looking down through, which is the projector box here. So yeah, we're looking down onto the floor of the first balcony. And as you can see, this extends. Here you have the support iron that actually extends down through the balcony, down through the first floor of the theater. I'll take it nice and slow. This large vent right here is comes from the projector room, because at that time the large camera bulbs created a tremendous amount of heat. And what it does, goes all the way over to the west side of the theater and goes up, and from here goes all the way up to the roof. I won't give you much for walking here, but again, a little bit of black iron here. Some of the few that's actually in the building. What you're looking at here on the far side, this is actually the ceiling of the steps that go up to the second balcony. You've got some diagonal supports here. For that balcony. Here is another heat vent grate from the first balcony. And if you see these steps right here that looks like it's stepping up, this is actually the floor and the backing for where the seats are in the second balcony. And I'm going to kneel down here a little bit better so that we can get a little better look here. And as I said earlier, children, don't try this at home. But again, there's one row of seats, 2 rows of seats, 3 rows of seats, and this is going to be down towards the bottom, which is going to be the best views from the second balcony. And here again, over by where the entry ladder is, this is again the stairway on the west side, on the Safeway side of the building, that goes up to the second floor balcony. It's a wrap.